1918. That was the year the Iowa City Airport first opened. Fueled by the post-war aviation fever from World War I, the airport was a hotspot for clubs and flying enthusiasts. But in just a few years, it would become more than just a place for exhibition flights.
The airmail service was looking for an airport in this area someplace to put on the route of the original airmail program.
Only a year into its existence, the transcontinental airmail was struggling to prove beneficial when flying only during the day. The idea of continuing deliveries overnight meant the need for more airports to be added to its coast-to-coast route. Iowa City proved to be the perfect stop for our state.
And this became one of the very first airmail stops across the United States.
From there, steps were taken to further legitimize aviation in Iowa City, including the shift to a municipal airport. Some of aviation's early pioneers landed here, including Jack Knight, Charles Lindbergh, and Will Rogers. The next step was commercial aviation, with the first passenger flight landing in 1927. Boeing Air Transport was the city's first contracted airline. The airport continued to shift roles over time.
Over the years, it's played a number of roles, starting from the airmail stop. It became a World War II training center.
More than 2,500 pilots were trained at the airport between 1939 to 1944.
And then from there, it served commercial aviation with airline service through the 70s.
Carriers included United and Ozark Airlines.
And now it's one of the busiest general aviation airports in the state.
There are several factors that keep traffic high.
We've got a lot of services with the University of Iowa hospitals, a lot of business operators that can use the airport, and it's really an economic tool for the area.
One of the biggest purposes for this airport today is business aviation.
As a child, John spent a great deal of time in his father's business, which was located next to the airport.
When I was a young kid, I remember being over at the trucking business that we called the loading docks. Airplanes would literally fly into the airport. They would turn around and taxi off the north end of the runway and park in our trailer parking lot with our semi-trailers.
And after completing his time with the Air Force in the 1970s, John began flying as a way to conduct business.
Now, and it was critical to us. The aviation in small airports all around the Midwest in particular is where we'd go to do our business, to meet our customers.
There are also a lot of enthusiasts who fly as a hobby.
My name is Don Gurnett, and I first started flying at the Iowa City Airport on July 7th, 1961. I fly in air shows and things like that.
Living close to the Cedar Rapids Airport, he too became fascinated with aviation at a young age.
We lived on a farm just west of the airport, and all these airplanes would fly right over our farm.
Over the past 50 years, Don has continued to see the Iowa City Airport expand.
And there's been a tremendous growth here. Almost all these hangars, the new-looking hangars around here, have been built just in the last few years.
That growth came with some major improvements, including a terminal renovation, runway reconstruction, and new storage buildings.
This airport is unique in the fact that it's been totally rebuilt in the last few years.
This year, the airport is celebrating the major milestone of a century of flights and wants you to take part.
We are planning an open house celebration for the weekend of June 8th through the 10th.
There will be all kinds of activities, including a balloon glow with hot air balloons, plane rides, antique aircrafts, and much more.
It's going to be a great weekend for free family entertainment.
While the celebration looks back on past accomplishments, it's also a chance to set sights on what's next for the Iowa City Airport.
So I think there's a very positive future, and other people must think that too, because they keep building more hangars around here.
Really got a bright future, I think.
We're excited for the event, and we're excited for the next 100 years of the Iowa City Airport.